Kern County Clerk Ann Barnett says business is back to normal at that office 1 week after same-sex couples started getting marriage licenses. 29 Eyewitness News called Barnett today to see if there are any changes since Kern County, that department, began issuing licenses to all couples last Tuesday. In preparation for an increase in license requests, Barnett had changed the policy to require people to make appointments to get the license. Barnett told us today that's no longer necessary. She told us there were not that many requests for licenses coming in. Barnett said last week they averaged 24 licenses a day. The average for the same week last year was 19 a day.
The numbers are out on just how much the county is saving by not performing civil marriage ceremonies here in Kern County. County Clerk Ann Barnett stopped performing those civil marriage ceremonies last month, citing security, space, and budget reasons. Barnett estimated the decision would save the county approximately $18,000 annually. Well, it turns out in reality the amount saved is far less. With the elimination of an office services technician, the county saves approximately $63,000. But the county actually made the same amount by performing the civil ceremonies. So in the end, by eliminating marriage ceremonies, the actual savings to the county annually is just $171, far short of the estimated $18,000 savings.
There's been a lot of speculation exactly how much money the county would save following the county clerk's decision to stop performing civil marriage ceremonies. The numbers have been released, and it shows a far different picture than what was originally painted. County Clerk Ann Barnett decided her office would no longer perform any ceremonies at all, effectively denying performing gay marriages. Barnett had said that space, election security, and the county's budget situation all led to the decision, which would save an estimated $18,000 a year. In a report released today, the total cost of the county to perform civil marriage ceremonies is estimated at a little more than $63,000 a year. The revenue brought in by performing the unions is $63,000. The total savings to the county, $171. Any attempt by Kern County to limit marriage as only between a man and a woman is unconstitutional. That's the newest legal opinion by the county's top lawyer. 29 Eyewitness News reporter Jose Gaspar joins us live now with the latest on the gay marriage issue. Jose.
Lisa, it was a Sacramento-based conservative group that asked the Kern County Board of Supervisors to adopt an ordinance that would effectively deny gay marriages in Kern County. Today's legal opinion says Kern County has no authority to do so.
You may kiss.
Gay couples have been getting married in Kern County since June 17th, and any attempt by the county to restrict marriage to only between a man and a woman would be illegal, says the county's top lawyer.
Well, I'm not surprised. I always felt that this ordinance was just kind of a nice way for these people to put up a fight to try to prevent the marriages that were going to take place on June 17th.
The people that proposed the marriage protection ordinance is led by this man, Randy Thomason, president of the conservative Sacramento-based Campaign for Children and Families. In his legal opinion, County Counsel Bernard Barman writes, quote, "The Marriage Protection Act is patently unconstitutional and, if adopted, will have no legal force or effect. The Kern County Board of Supervisors lacks the authority to adopt an ordinance purporting to regulate marriage. Ordinances, once adopted, must be defended at taxpayer expense when challenged," unquote. The issue has drawn strong reaction from all sides.
I think it's too bad that people can't get together and see that everyone should have the same right to, whether you're straight or lesbian or gay, to have the same rights and privileges of marriage.
The community in America is accepting more, of the gay community. And so, I'm all for it. I think people, if that's what they choose to do, that they should be happy.
But others disagree, saying Kern County is right to try to restrict marriage as only between a man and a woman.
I'm for that, along with the state vote that we had quite some time ago saying exactly the same thing.
The issue is expected to be the subject of emotional public debate once again when the Kern County Board of Supervisors takes up the controversy on Tuesday.
The The issue of gay marriage still a hot topic here in Kern County. Tomorrow, the Board of Supervisors will look at a proposal by a conservative Sacramento-based group called Campaign for Children and Families, asking the board to adopt what it calls the Marriage Protection Ordinance. This would restrict Kern from issuing marriage licenses to gay couples, but County Counsel Bernard Barman says such an ordinance is unconstitutional and that Kern County lacks the authority to regulate marriage. Is there a way couples can again be married by the county? Just after a court ruling required counties to issue marriage licenses to same-sex couples, Kern's clerk Ann Barnett announced the end of all civil marriage ceremonies. Reporter Carol Ferguson has the latest developments.
Well, Kern's top administrator issued a report saying there are no real cost savings from eliminating the county's services of performing civil marriage ceremonies. That was one reason that Ann Barnett gave for ending the services here. Today, we tried to ask her for her response to this report, this cost analysis, and some options for restoring civil marriage ceremonies go to the Board of Supervisors tomorrow.
This couple was among the last to have a wedding performed by the Kern County Clerk's Office. Clerk Ann Barnett ended the service on June 4th, citing security, space, and budget problems. The report by the county administrative officer looks at the idea of getting another county to deputize Kern employees to do weddings. The report also says while Barnett said ending the weddings would save $18,000 a year, the real savings are only $171 a year. County analyst Alan Crowder says Barnett added administrative overhead in the cost savings of eliminating one position.
If you get rid of an office services position, that doesn't mean that the administrative cost goes away. It's still there, so it's not a true savings.
I tried to get Barnett's response. I called her office at 11:15 and again at 1:20. That time, I got through.
I told Ms. Barnett we wanted an interview to get her response to the CAO's report. She said to me, why would I want to do that? I said to answer the public's questions about the idea of deputizing people to do the wedding ceremonies and the difference in the analysis of the cost savings. She said I might want to answer in a different way. I suggested she could email us or do the interview. She told me she would think about it.
What about the cost savings? Tehachapi resident Ralph Olson doesn't believe Barnett's numbers.
It won't save $18,000. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of regular marriages.
One man at a supervisors meeting last month suggested another way to get civil weddings here, and it's an option Supervisor Don Mabin wants to know more about.
He said that the other clerks have the ability to deputize beyond their jurisdiction.
Crowder says after checking around, the San Bernardino County clerk might be willing to do that, but
They would deputize our employees to do it for a specific occasion, a day or perhaps a week, but not an indefinite, not a longer period of time, like a year or 3 years or something that would be more useful to our purposes.
Can civil wedding ceremonies be somehow performed by the county again? Mabin hopes the board will try.
My personal feeling is I would like to see us pursue the deputization by another county clerk and get civil ceremonies back in Kern County.
Now, this report and another proposal that would ban same-sex marriage in Kern County both go to the Board of Supervisors tomorrow. We'll let you know what happens. Back to you.
Thank you, Carol. The report from the county administrative officer included one more option for restoring civil wedding ceremonies. That's having judges perform the ceremonies. The report says that is allowed under the law, but not required. It says the courts have not provided these services in Kern County for about 20 years, so it would be up to each individual judge.